Hey, what's going on, guys? Just decided to make a little video here to introduce you guys to the new short action precision Generation 2 rifle sling. A couple things about this sling that set it apart from other slings on the market. We're pretty excited about it. I know a lot of you guys have probably heard some buzz about it on some forums, and there's a couple guys that even tried them out so far and seem to really like them. So just want to get you guys set up with how to use it and what it's all about, some of the features. So anyway, here we go. Basically what we got here is a cuff system that kind of integrates all the popular cuff systems all into one. You know, every single one has its differences, and you know, to be honest with you, I can find something I don't like about all of them. What we did here is, you know, we designed a cuff system that pretty much makes it easy to get in as well as easy to get out of if you need to get out of it in a hurry. For instance, you've got some of the sling systems have a proprietary cuff that you wear around your bicep. It's got a nice buckle, kind of similar to this one right here, and what you do is you put this cuff on. It's got a Velcro strap to tighten it up, and put that on, and it stays with you all day. Really easy to get into because you just buckle it into your sling and you're in it. Really easy to get out of, in a sense that when you need to get out of it in a hurry, you just unbuckle and that cuff comes with you. I really like that design, except it's got one flaw, is that if you put it on tight enough to where it needs to be, it cuts off your circulation. If you don't put it on tight enough, it ends up falling down your arm, and if you don't use it for an hour or two, by the time you go to need it, it's down around here, and it doesn't do much good around the bottom of your arm. It needs to be high up top. So that's kind of one of the things about that design that bothers me. The other design, it's pretty easy to get into, not so easy to get out of. It's just a cuff that you would slip your arm through, and it's got a plastic slider that slides down. The bad part about it is it doesn't stay very tight on your arm. Even while you're slung up and you've got tension on the sling, it does eventually start to ride down your arm. The other bad part is if you need to get out of it in a hurry, you've got to actually pull the slider up and slip your arm all the way out of there. Where that can be a problem is I've seen some stages where you'll be slung up, shooting offhand, and after you make a couple of hits, it requires you to go shoot, you know, supported prone at some targets further away. And the big problem with that is you're in a hurry, and the time that it takes to slide that slider up, get out of that thing and drop prone, you know, it's so much nicer just to have that buckle, like the ones with the proprietary cuff, just to clip out of. So there's just a couple things that I don't like about some of the other slings on the market. What we did to address those problems, we came up with a pretty simple design. It works really well. It's based off, it's kind of based off tension. What you would do is you would start pretty much with the short action precision, this little patch here. That's going to be facing to the outside of your bicep. What you're going to do is you're going to just put your arm through the loop, patch to the outside right here, okay? There's this little pull tab right here. All you're going to do is just pull it nice and tight. If you keep tension on this strap here when you do it, it just makes it really tight. The good thing about it is, I mean, I can almost cut my circulation off and by getting it that tight. And it stays that way. It doesn't loosen itself up. When you're in position, the tighter you pull with your rifle, the more tension you get on it, the tighter it gets around your arm. So it's really nice in that it just stays there. There's a couple different ways to get out of it. What I normally do when I get out of it, I just take and I just do the opposite of what I did to get into it. Pull this tab forward. Now I got a loop again that it's easy to get out of. Okay, the other way to get out of it, if you're in a hurry, like I was describing in one of those stages, you're slung up and you're shooting. Next thing you know, you got to drop prone and hit the ground. Now you got your buckle here. All you do is you just clip that buckle, sling falls away, you're good to go. The reason I don't use that way most of the way is because now my buckles are loose. You know, now you've got to remember to buckle them back up before you get back into it again. Still very simple though. You just slip your arm through, tighten it up. You want to get out of it, you know, you're not in a hurry to get out of it, just pull this forward. Now you got a loop, you can get out of it, everything's still together in one piece. Works really well, stays really tight. Everybody that's tried it so far seems to really like that idea, and you know, we've gotten a lot of really good feedback on that. that's kind of how the design of the sling started originally. And then what happened was we started getting requests to integrate this design into a version that offers a little bit more adjustability on the fly while you're slung up in the sling. And that's why we came out with the Generation 2. I know a lot of you guys haven't even seen or heard of the Generation 1, is because as soon as we got the Generation 1 into a lot of people's hands, you know, it was automatic that they said, hey, let's make it even better. So what we did is we went back to the drawing board, and we've got this little quick adjust system right here. Basically the way that works is you're going to get slung up in the sling, just like I showed you. Tighten it up. And the way that works is you got a matching black pull tab just like this one here up front. And what you're going to do is you can lengthen it by pulling this little paracord right here, or there's another black loop. Pull it tight. Next thing you know, you've shortened up the length of the sling for different positions. You want to get in unsupported prone to standing, and you want to adjust the length of the sling to fit you every time. You're good to go. Lengthen it, get into position, pull it tight while you're actually slung up in the rifle. You know, you need some extra slack to drop down into sitting if that's how you desire. Pull the paracord, lengthen it out. Just as easy as pulling two little tabs and you get extra length. Works really well. The one thing about setting the sling up that you'll notice, if you notice the little quick adjust system right here, that's going to be towards the front of the sling. So you've got a little black tri-glide right here up front next to your front swivel. That's going to clip into your flush cup. You want to adjust this tri-glide to where when you're slung up in position, you want this quick adjuster to the back side of your arm. And the reason being is because if it's up here, the webbing ends up dragging across your arm. It makes it a little bit harder to pull. It kind of gets stuck. So you want to adjust it to where it's just to the back side, adjust nice and free. So that's the most important part about adjusting that. The other adjustment on the sling, besides the adjuster here, is just going to be this one here in the back. And all this one is pretty much going to do is just add length to the sling or shorten it up. You know, you can shorten the sling up just by sliding it up there. Add some more length. If you're a bigger guy, you need to throw your rifle over your back. You also got extra adjustment with your quick adjust right here. You can adjust it on the fly when you've got the rifle slung up over your back. A simple pull right here will suck the sling nice and tight, and then as well you hit the paracord and now you're loosening it up. I'll just give you guys a quick little demo on the rifle real quick. Pretty much like I said, what you're going to do, the quick adjust system is going to go towards the front of the rifle. You clip that into the forward flush cup. As I said earlier as well, your short action precision patch is going to be towards the outside of your bicep, so it's also going to face the outside of the rifle. Clip your back one in. Pretty much all you got to do is just like I showed you, put your arm through there. Tighten it up. Like I said, you got your quick adjuster right here to the back side of your arm. Stays nice and tight around your arm. You're going to go in to get into different positions.